Hi, it's Kamon Reynolds. Welcome back to the nuke follow along, and we made a split off of our first year nuke. So we installed that nuke, I believe, the first week of May, and we made a split off of it, and I've got the queen cage, and I've got a little bit of small hive beetle bait in the trap in here for this little colony to help them out. And we are going to check and see if the queen is still alive. So we introduced it just like the video. If you want to see that video, I'll leave that down below. But it was a very simple split, 2 frames of brood, 2 frames of food, and then we threw this jar of food on them to help the smooth transition. All the old bees flew back. Obviously, you don't have to make a split very far from the original, but let's see if the queen is released and if she's laying. All right, now this is 8 days after introduction. Typically I wait about 8 to 9 days. 9 days at the latest. You can wait longer than that. So you can see all the food down into here. There's just sprinkled all through. You can see all this capped brood as well. And all these fuzzy young bees, which are very easygoing. They're also very healthy. And they have their whole life ahead of them to serve this colony. And it's critical that our young queen, especially during a period of dearth, has plenty of young bees that can create worker jelly to grow this colony. And it's critical they never run low on resources. So just a beautiful frame of brood and food. I don't see the queen on either one of these though. So I am not, oh, I am seeing some eggs right there. Very cool, very cool. Let's go for the next brood frame, which I would think she would be on one of the brood frames and not on a food frame, but just when you think you know what they're going to do, they prove you wrong. Okay, where are you, girl? I see eggs all around in here. The queen does have a green dot on her. So look right here, they have tried to raise some cells. This is one of the reasons that we get back in here. Look at this right here. That was them trying to raise a cell. This is very common. That really didn't have anything. But this is fairly common. I mean, you make a bunch of splits, and what happens many times, oh, here's some more, is after the queen's accepted, sometimes they tear those cells down, but sometimes they don't. Here's some more over here. You can see where they've tore them down. For whatever reason, sometimes they don't. And your queen has a low pheromone profile. We still haven't seen her, but she has a low profile when you're introducing her. The bees freak out, and a lot of times some of the bees devote energy into raising their own queens. And what I've seen happen many times is your queen will start laying, and one of those they'll just continue with one of those cells. They're happy with that other queen. She's laying away. That virgin emerges out. First thing it does is kill that queen. Almost sound like I was going through puberty again right there. Oh, should we edit that out? I don't think so. It's fun. And I'm sure I'll get some jokes. That's okay. I can take it. I'm an adult. I can handle it. Why'd you laugh so hard on that, Laurel? All right, so I'm pretty sure we have gotten all of the cells, but that's part of the reason that I'm in here. This right here is a drone cell down here on the bottom. I actually want to remove that really bad because this is where you can crush bees and queens underneath. And so sorry, drone, but you're out of here. All right, so where is this queen at? Hopefully she's in here still. They're starting to draw a little bit of comb on this side here from the feeding. That's good. And if we keep it up, they'll probably, as long as the queen lays hard, they should do really well with drawing that out. So this is just full of food right here. I don't plan to, oh, there she is. She's trying to get away from me and fit through that corner. What a gorgeous dark queen, almost black. Yeah. So here you have it. This is our insurance colony. This is our fresh young queen, because queens do get old, and queen issues is one of our biggest issues. And so if for whatever reason this hive loses its queen or she gets poor, I have this insurance colony. But there's a good chance that they'll both do good as long as we baby them. And then they go into that fall flow. We're going to do some mite treatments here in the future. We have to handle both of these colonies about the mites, but one of the advantages of splitting colonies is splitting up the mite population too, so that's an advantage. But I can't treat this one the same way that I can treat that one. Like I can put formic acid or Apiguard or various products on a bigger colony. I can't really do that on a colony this small, especially with a queen this fresh. So we're not treating this anytime super soon. But let's check one more frame. I think what we're going to end up doing is moving the food frames to the outer edge now. Now we can move those foundations in. Yeah, this is just food. They're drawing this out a little bit down into there, I think. Yeah, I'm probably going to flip it like that. And we are going to stick that foundation there. This colony, oh, you stupid little beetle. I'll get you later with this trap. All right, there's that. And there's just all kinds of eggs down into here. All right. I think what I'm going to do is put the side that has the most eggs on it against the foundation, because they really want to have combs close to young larvae like that. So we are going to take this frame right here that they've already started on a little bit. Scoot this food frame out. The queen was on it, but I hadn't seen a single egg, and honestly there really wasn't a spot for her to do it. So when we see this right here, what I want to do is I'm going to stop feeding this. I'm going to take this feed away from them. They're good. And we are going to give them just a little bit of a break. And what this is going to do, because they have plenty of food, if we give them a short break, it won't hurt them. But they'll clear that food out of the center because they don't want it there. They want the queen laying there. And they're going to either, one, consume it and make wax, or they're going to find a place to shove it into the honey frames on the edge. And then we're going to come back here in about 5 to 7 days, and we are going to probably feed them a little bit again, and hopefully see a little bit more drawn. And that queen should be laying a lot harder on these two brood frames and a little bit in other spots. And once she's filled that up, we start feeding again, and now there's nowhere to go with all that sugar syrup. There's no honey frame space, probably. There shouldn't be. The foundations might be a little bit drawn, but not very much, I'd say, at that point. And this should be peppered full of brood. And I'm going to give them a little pollen patty here later. I didn't bring one out with me. But a good queen should lay those two frames up solid as long as we lay off the feed. And now when we come back and that's solid, they have to draw a comb to find a place to put it. That'll get us our foundations drawn there. My goal with this split right here is to try to get it about 10 frames strong by winter. So it is just after the 4th of July. And we're gonna have to feed a lot to do that, especially the proteins. They don't need to go backwards one time. And hey, if this colony really continues to take off like it has been, we could add a frame of brood over into here eventually if we feel like they need the boost. So that's the advantage of having some strong colonies. So here's a little bit of beetle smacker, and I am going to stick this like that. Throw this right here. And boy, it's exciting to have a nice little insurance colony in a split. I think it's fundamental to be able to make splits. You first-year beekeepers, just because I did this doesn't mean that you have to. Follow along and see how we take care of it. But I think that if you're wanting to be successful in bees long-term, whether 3 hives or 3,000, you've got to learn how to split. It's part of it, and honestly, it's the most fun. There's nothing better than making a split with a fresh queen, getting to be involved from the inception of the creation of that new colony, then see it grow to be a colony that can make honey, and make more splits. That is my favorite part of beekeeping, and it's fundamental. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next Nuke Follow Along.